Welcome to Unlisted Theory. Today we will talk about one of America's most iconic leaders, John F. Kennedy. Often referred to as JFK, he was the 35th President of the United States, serving from January 1961 until his tragic assassination in November 1963. His presidency is marked by pivotal moments such as the Cuban Missile Crisis, advancements in the space race, and a commitment to civil rights and his inspiring speeches. He left an enduring legacy that continues to shape American history and politics. Here we have divided into some important parts about John F. Kennedy life for easy understanding. 1. Early life and education. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born in Brookline, Massachusetts, on May 29, 1917. He was the second son of Joseph P. Kennedy Sr., a successful businessman and former ambassador to the United Kingdom, and his mother Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, a devout Catholic and daughter of Boston's Mayor John F. Fitzgerald. From his early years, Kennedy was immersed in an environment that valued education, public service, and a strong work ethic. The Kennedy family, with its Irish Catholic roots, held a significant presence in Boston's social and political circles. Young John F. Kennedy, or Jack as he was often called, was the second of 9 children, surrounded by siblings who would also go on to make their marks in various fields. John F. Kennedy's childhood was marked by frequent moves due to his father's business ventures, exposing him to different cultures and perspectives. His family's wealth and influence provided him with opportunities for a quality education. He attended the Choate School in Connecticut, where he showed a keen interest in both academics and sports, excelling in swimming, tennis, and golf. After completing high school, JFK continued his education at Harvard University, where he further demonstrated his intellectual prowess and natural leadership abilities. Graduating with honors in 1940, he wrote a thesis that would later become a best-selling book, Why England Slept, examining the British policy leading up to World War II. John F. Kennedy married Jacqueline Bouvier on September 12, 1953. Their wedding took place in St. Mary's Church in Newport, Rhode Island. The couple had 3 children, Caroline Kennedy, John F. Kennedy Jr., and Patrick Bouvier Kennedy, who sadly died shortly after birth. JFK's older brother, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., was killed in action during World War II. This event had a profound impact on him, influencing his sense of duty and commitment to public service. 2. U.S. Naval Service. John F. Kennedy's journey in the United States Navy is a fascinating tale that reveals much about the man who would later become the 35th President of the United States. As the clouds of World War II gathered, Kennedy, driven by a deep sense of duty, enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1941. His early days in the Navy saw him at the Office of Naval Intelligence in Washington, D.C. It was here that he honed his analytical skills, delving into intelligence data that would provide crucial insights into the dynamics of the ongoing war. This period not only immersed him in the complexities of global conflicts, but also set the stage for his later roles as a leader. In 1943, Kennedy volunteered for sea duty, a decision that would lead him to the helm of PT-109, a patrol torpedo boat in the Pacific. These PT boats were nimble vessels engaging in daring nighttime operations against enemy ships. Kennedy's leadership skills faced the ultimate test when, in a fateful incident, PT-109 was rammed and sunk by a Japanese destroyer. The courage and resourcefulness Kennedy displayed during this crisis became the stuff of legends. Despite sustaining injuries, he took charge, leading his surviving crew through treacherous waters to safety. His decision-making and resilience earned him the Navy and Marine Corps Medal, an honor that underscored his heroism. The PT-109 incident became an indelible part of Kennedy's narrative, a story of adversity, leadership, and the bonds forged in the crucible of war. His experiences in the Navy became a cornerstone of his identity, influencing not just his political career but also shaping his understanding of sacrifice and service. As Kennedy transitioned from the Navy to the political arena, he carried with him the lessons learned at sea. The discipline, camaraderie, and dedication to a higher cause that defined his naval service became integral to his leadership style. When he later stood before the American people, those qualities resonated, contributing to the charisma that would define his presidency. 3. Political journey. John F. Kennedy's political journey was a fascinating odyssey marked by charisma, ambition, and a commitment to public service. He is commonly known, emerged as a rising star in American politics. His journey began in earnest when he entered the world of electoral politics in 1946, successfully running for the U.S. House of Representatives from Massachusetts. Kennedy's early political career was characterized by a keen intellect and an ability to connect with voters. Despite facing health challenges, including back problems and Addison's disease, he demonstrated resilience and a drive for success. In 1952, he transitioned to the Senate, where he continued to distinguish himself as a thoughtful legislator. The important moment in JFK's political trajectory came in 1960 when he secured the Democratic nomination for the presidency. Facing formidable opponents, including Lyndon B. Johnson and Hubert Humphrey, Kennedy's charisma and eloquence set him apart. The famous televised debates against Richard Nixon showcased his poise and intelligence, solidifying his image as a capable leader. The 1960 presidential election was a closely contested battle, but Kennedy's vision for a new frontier resonated with the American people. He won by a narrow margin, becoming the youngest president in U.S. history at the age of 43. His inaugural address, with its memorable call to "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country," encapsulated his vision of civic engagement and shared responsibility. One of Kennedy's notable achievements was the establishment of the Peace Corps in 1961, reflecting his commitment to global cooperation and humanitarian efforts. He believed in the power of individual citizens to contribute to the improvement of society, not just within the United States, but also on an international scale. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 was a defining moment of his presidency. Faced with the threat of nuclear conflict with the Soviet Union, Kennedy navigated the delicate situation with a measured response, ultimately securing the removal of Soviet missiles from Cuba. This crisis showcased his ability to handle high-stakes diplomacy and maintain the peace. On the domestic front, Kennedy pushed for civil rights reforms, acknowledging the need for racial equality in America. Although his initiatives faced resistance, particularly in the southern states, he laid the groundwork for the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was eventually passed under his successor, Lyndon B. Johnson. The space race was another remarkable event of Kennedy's presidency. In response to the Soviet Union's early achievements in space exploration, he declared the ambitious goal of landing an American on the moon before the end of the decade. This vision became a reality in 1969 with the Apollo 11 mission. 4. The assassination. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, remains one of the most contentious and extensively debated events in modern history. The tragedy unfolded in Dallas, Texas, during a motorcade through Dealey Plaza. Kennedy, riding in an open convertible with his wife Jacqueline, was fatally shot. The official investigation, led by the Warren Commission, concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in assassinating the president. However, numerous conspiracy theories have since emerged, fostering a complex narrative that continues to captivate researchers, historians, and the public. Critics of the Warren Commission's findings often point to inconsistencies in the evidence, such as the famous magic bullet theory, which suggests a single bullet caused multiple wounds to Kennedy and Texas Governor John Connally. Skeptics argue that Oswald, a former Marine with alleged ties to communism, may have been part of a larger conspiracy involving government agencies, the mafia, or even foreign entities. The debate surrounding the assassination is fueled by the mysterious circumstances surrounding Oswald's own murder. Just 2 days after Kennedy's death, while in police custody, Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby, a nightclub owner. This event raised suspicions and further fueled conspiracy theories, as some believe Ruby silenced Oswald to prevent him from revealing a larger plot. Over the years, numerous investigations, documentaries, and books have delved into the JFK assassination, each presenting its own interpretation of the available evidence. Despite these efforts, the truth remains elusive, and the events surrounding Kennedy's death continue to be shrouded in mystery and speculation. The assassination of JFK continues to be a topic of fascination, with each new generation seeking answers to the questions that still linger more than half a century later. Despite his brief time in office, JFK's legacy endures. His impact on civil rights, space exploration, and global diplomacy still resonates today. If you enjoy the content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot, and it helps the channel grow. We appreciate every one of you for being part of our community.